If you landed on this video, you were meant to hear this. You were meant to be with me right now in this time and space. Before I begin, let's take a deep breath in and out. And let's drop into our body to receive. Right now, my dear friends, there is a lot that seems to be happening in reality, depending on the reality that you currently live in. In this reality, sometimes it can come as very chaotic, and you as a soul are standing right here in the middle of it, and you are wondering what is going on, what are the next steps, and what is it that I need to do? Now, powerful co-creator, as we know that what we are feeling inside and what's going down inside of us will directly reflect on what's going on the outside reality. And, there's going to be a lot of stirring within. So when we feel chaotic on the inside, that reality is going to reflect to us a chaotic one, a confusing one, a reality in which we do not want to participate in, a reality in which there are lack of resources, where there seems to be so much confusion amongst others. And when we take time to reflect what is going on, we then have to reflect what's going on the inside. Do we want to continue to put up with the chaos that we see happening in the world? Or do we want to step fully into our powerful creator mode and realize that the turmoil that we're seeing is a direct reflection of ourselves? Because after all, this is clearly a dream. And so know that this isn't the end, but we are beginning to wake up, which in turn creates the beginning. Know that you are deeply awakening, my friend. And I can have this deeply reflected into my life as well. Because in my life, I notice when I'm in alignment and I notice when I'm not. I notice when I'm high vibrational and I notice when I'm not. And so that being said, we then can look at that and go, okay, I know what I need to do. So for example, when I see my outside reality reflected, I know that I'm not in alignment. For example, today I was trying to leave the parking lot and the parking lot was just chaotic. And I was like, what is going on? And I had somebody almost hit me because they were literally flying through the parking lot. Like they needed to park right then and now. I mean, whatever they were going through, that's what they were going through, because that's a reflection of me. And so it was being reflected back to me because I was ready to go. I wanted to go too, and I was just trying to leave, and it was just like pure chaos going on. And for a minute, I wanted to react to the situation. I wanted to play into story. I wanted to go into life's so unfair, poor me type of attitude. And I realized that in doing so, that's going to create chaos in my life. And in doing so, will cause severe overstimulation and severe stress. And I noticed the way that I was answering my child was very rigid in the way that I was answering, very short. And I could feel myself boiling up. And maybe you have gotten there before, where you have felt yourself getting to a boiling point. And I had to realize right then and there that I am not going to react to the stimuli, this external stimuli that's going on outside of me. Rather than, I should come back to myself and take some deep breaths and sit there for a moment and feel this frustration fully, but not feel the thought form that is coming along with it, right? And let it go. Because old me, truly old me, would have had that chaos in the parking lot, somebody almost sitting me, somebody else acting like a fool. You know what I'm saying? And I would have reacted to that so strongly that I would have had that affect my whole entire day. So, that being said, as we're evolving as human beings and as we are coming into being more fully present and being, a co-creator and observing the observer, we then can realize that I don't need to react to this anymore because it is a reflection of who I am. All this reality is doing is it's a giant mirror. And in that giant mirror, it is reflecting back to you, to which you then have a decision to make. Do you react? Do you respond? How do you go about the situation? Almost like it's a giant test, right? And we have to think to ourselves, how do I fully come back to me? How do I not get thrown off kilter during these times? So I'm here to remind you that you are not off path. This is very common, especially right now, because there's such a mass awakening happening that we're moving more into being one with ourselves, being one with our soul. And so I invite you to start becoming more one with yourself. And I invite you that next time you see external stimuli happen in your life, how will you choose to? Will you react or will you respond to the stimuli? Will you let it throw you off? Will you let it take you out of the present moment? Or will you just accept it for what it was, realizing, hey, I created that. I did. I made that manifest into my reality. And when we step more into our power, we can then realize that, hey, I am now going to respond differently. Or not respond at all. You don't even have to have a response. You can just say, and let it pass. Because we don't want to get involved with story and we don't want to get involved with the ego. So, my friends, if you found this video to be helpful, please leave me a comment, start a discussion. Love to hear from you. Subscribe if you're new and like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.